Welcome to the Magnetic Leadership Podcast by educator Dave Johnson.
Hi, welcome. This is Doug Dickey. I am Vice President of Sales for Avini Health, and welcome everyone to the Dave Johnson Saturday morning webcast for Avini Health. I have the question and answers up. So what I'll do is I want to talk a little bit about our healthcare professional packet and the reason why every professional out there should have an Avini business to go along with their regular business. So I put this packet together after talking with a chiropractor who had talked about having over 3,000 patients or customers. And when I asked that, 3,000, are you sure? And we kind of narrowed it down to about 75 to 100 is actually the amount of patients or clients he had. And so where that first number came from was that's how many he's had in 40 years that have come through the office. And so where he has their phone number and their address, they're not really clients anymore. And so we got into this conversation about what if they could still be active in communicating with him, even though they're not coming to the office, they're not going to necessarily come in and pay for a chiropractic visit, but what if he could still maintain a connection with that? And so that became the beginning of this professional packet. Is I made 6 points to him during that meeting. And so I want to present that with this packet. So the packet is meant to be copied, printed out, double-sided. So this first page, of course, talking about different healthcare professionals. It really is good for anybody, an attorney. It could be any person out there where they deal directly with people and their love is kind of practicing whatever they do, even if it's practicing law. Any professional could have an Avini business over top of their own business, not just healthcare, but healthcare kind of fits into it mostly with our preventative-based products. So just kind of going through it, the first page presents different professionals that we can maybe align ourselves with. The second page, or the backside, and again, these are meant to be standalone pages, really breaks down this idea that which is Avini Health's purpose, which is to get the information out to people that heavy metals, chemicals and toxins, microplastics, PFAS, endocrine disruptive chemicals, the list goes on, that most people are aware of these things, but they're not aware that they do such damage to your body. They're not aware that most of the issues that you go to a doctor for are contributed to or linked to the bioaccumulation of these metals and toxins. And so it breaks this down that if you go to the doctor, it's really just sort of treatment of the symptoms. They don't really have a lot of options for helping with the removal of these heavy metals and toxins. And there's quite a few doctors out there, scientists also, that have stated that really you have to remove the offending item from the body. That's the only way to get around it, is if you have mercury that is accumulated in your body, you really need to get it removed. And the options are very low on that. So this second page is about teaching that idea to the professional and anybody that you share it with, that our immune system is affected by the bioaccumulation of these toxins in the blood, tissue, and bones. And where this isn't a complete convincing article, it is meant to point them in the right direction. If they simply go on Google, do a few searches, they will see that arsenic is tied to AFib and heart disease and stroke and low thyroid activity. Many of these things, there's thousands and thousands of studies and articles that link them to it. And oftentimes it's National Institute of Health that's making this point. And so people are aware that foods, especially baby foods and chocolate and coffee and many of the things we consume also have these heavy metals and toxins. So just a few minutes visiting with them somebody that you already know that you want to present this information, this idea that an Avini business could benefit them, that's what this short page is. If you went to somebody, a doctor that you have no idea, you've never met him, and you just hand this one page, it's not enough to have them read through it and go, great, I'm on board. You have to have a relationship first for this professional packet to be beneficial. And so the front and back really is just a talking point for visiting with them about, hey, do you agree with this, that these metals and toxins are maybe linked to these diseases? And then the next page is front and back about some of our products. So the most important product, of course, the tip of the spear, is Cell Defender. So this gives a little bit of information, sort of to gloss over Cell Defender Nano Silver's immunity plus relief and plus hydration. And then on the back is some more details, what's in it, kind of why it works, its preventative value. And then there's a second page also with products, fiber plus cardio plus mind and vision that can be used also. Now these, again, if they're front and back, are meant to be used in the doctor's office, and I'll explain that, to give to the patients or to give to the clients information on it. So that's what these two are. The next is the idea that how does the doctor fit in? Most doctors do not want to be networkers. They're not interested in networking, the majority of them. What they're interested in doing is doctoring. They're interested in sharing their passion with the patients or clients. If they're in massage, they want to massage them and teach them the benefits of massage. They don't also want to network. And so most professionals are turned off to that because of the necessity to network. You have to go out and get so many people to go and do this. We are not that way. We borrowed sort of this platform of MLM, this network marketing platform, for the purpose of getting three things. When we first started this, we knew that we had to be in direct sales because, one, I need to be able to share my testimonial. I need to be able to talk to somebody and share exactly what happened with me without any retribution from some, three-letter agency. The direct sales platform allows me to do that. So it had to be network marketing. Second, I need it to be word of mouth. I need people to be able to share with other people and be able to share with other people. And so by doing this, by being able to have word of mouth, that fits only into direct sales / network marketing. And then the third thing is some people love to talk. Some people love to share. Their whole life is about visiting with other people and connecting with other people. I want people to be able to go out there and make an income with their talent of being able to share. Run into 10 people, they tell 10 people about heavy metals and toxins and how they accumulate in the body. And so we need those people to get the word out. They oftentimes are networkers. That's where their talent lies. And so we needed to be able to utilize them to get the information. So these three items are really what we needed from network marketing. All the rest of the junk that people don't like about network marketing, we got rid of it. There's no long-term, you don't have to purchase anything each year or each month or ever again if you choose not to. You can just be a retail customer. You can be a wholesale buyer where you just simply get the wholesale price. You don't have to buy anything monthly or on an auto ship. You can buy whenever you chose to. And yet you're still part of the organization, but you're not doing any network marketing. And then, of course, those that wanted to, they can participate in the network marketing portion. And so these components, we needed to have this. And so that's why we went through MLM. And so our products offer a solution for heavy metal toxicity, but we also offer something else. The professional, when he's talking to a patient that comes in, can also point out some products that might be beneficial. So I'll use the example, Cell Defender. Let's say I'm a chiropractor and I'm working on Joe. I might say to Joe, "Hey, Joe, you paint cars, right?" "Oh yeah, I'm a painter." "Well, there's heavy metals in those paints, right?" And Joe might say, "Yeah, absolutely, but I wear a respirator." Well, every times that you get that stuff in your body, Joe's going to know that he's already toxic. He's been doing this 30 years. He's already toxic. So it's very easy for the chiropractor to say, "Hey, Cell Defender is known, proven with 15 clinical studies to remove these heavy metals and toxins from the bloodstream, the ones that are already in your body." And so by doing that, you should try this. Well, that sounds great. Joe says, "Hey, I'll try it. How much is it?" "It's about $70 with shipping, but we have a bottle here that we can hand you." And what's really neat about this is the chiropractor could fill out this last form, basically type in circle Cell Defender, take 10 drops 4 times a day, whatever they recommend. And that's how much product they're going to need. And send this paperwork with one of these up to the front to the user, to the staff. And then the staff can then enter their information, their credit card, put them into the system. Again, at the bottom right, their username and password. Now, there's no obligation. So a person can buy, just like you're not obligated to buy again from Amazon, you're also not obligated to buy again from Avini. It's basically a website. You go in, become a retail customer, you can purchase whatever, and you get a little return username and password that when you go back the second time, you can place another order again. But there's no obligations. So it makes it beneficial for the person. But mostly what it does is it connects the professional to the patient in a second way. With an Avini business where they get to benefit through their practice, the Avini business can be separate. So the professional gets to build a secondary business doing what they're doing with the first business, simply sharing products that are beneficial and helpful to their patients. So it's an extension of the practice that they can grow independently and concurrently with. And so again, the benefits are mentioned through this page here to show to really impress upon the professional that an Avini business doesn't take away from their business, benefits their business. They get to stay connected to that customer, client, or patient long term. They can send information. They can touch base with them. Plus, even more so, the Avini customer, that's also their patient, can continue to buy products independently. If they go back in there, let's say when they get home, their wife's looking at it and she sees the plus relief. And so Joe's wife says, "Hey, I wonder if this stuff could help for the pain in my shoulders. I don't know. Let's try it. There's a money back guarantee." And so she could order some. Now that's a sale that's made independent of the professional. And this can continue to grow and grow where lots and lots of people are independently making more sales that benefit the professional. And so again, with putting the activity of signing somebody up or getting them becoming a wholesale buyer or becoming a retail customer, there is a new customer enrollment, new distributor enrollment information step by step for the staff to enter their information in. And they can hand them the bottle that they want them to have and then have the new bottle sent back to the office. Now, the other thing I mentioned earlier is it gives them a money back guarantee. I have never gone to the doctor and received a prescription that gave me a money back guarantee. Well, with Avini, this is a preventative healthcare company. And so if somebody will try our product as a retail customer, they can have a money back guarantee. They love the products. People use these products. They love them. And so that experience will allow them to continue to have that connection with the professional and the patient. All right, I want to go back. I'll answer questions. Oftentimes during question time, we are able to separate out information. So how do we go about doing this for asking questions? Nikki?
So you can take a look down at the bottom where the question and answer is on the Zoom window.
Yeah, I've got it open, but it's, oh, here we go. Just people excited to be here, most of it.
Yeah. So Thomas Anthony asked if this was an email they could send to potential candidates and customers.
You could, it's really meant to present to somebody. There is a video at Avini Health Training. It's a VP videos, and the healthcare professional packet is listed there. And that video is about 30 minutes long, similar to what I've done here, but better quality. And you can send that to somebody where I explain the reason why they should have a Avini business over top of their regular business. One other point too that I'd failed to mention is when the professional decides to leave, let's say they sell their practice and they want to leave, they can take their Avini business with them. This is a long-term duplicatable business that could pay you as well as, or even better than as a healthcare professional. And I had one doctor who I went through the presentation with. I've done this about 30 times so far. And one of the doctors said, first question he had, whose company is this? Who's in charge of it? Because that is one of the most important questions. If I'm going to put 10 or 15 years into this, I need to know about the company. I need to know who owns it. I need to know what their intentions are. I need to know all of this mechanisms. So it was a great, great question. That's the question. What about the company? Are they still going to be here? Because typically network marketing companies are gone faster than they start. But that goes back to who we are. We started this company because we needed the product to be around. The product has been out there for several years, going from company to company, because the owners of those companies did not value what these products do. We started the company because we completely value it. Rick, the inventor of Cell Defender and all of these, the formulator of all these products, he knows how valuable this is, the absolute importance that they need to be out there. Myself, having a product experience, depending on this product for a second chance on life, I need to make sure it's out there, even just for me, if I'm completely thinking personally. And then Neil Roth, who sees what this product has done to people close to him, as well as everybody else, who's tied to the purpose of making sure this company is financially sound, that we make decisions based off values and not based off of dollars. He really has attached himself to this. Is now, it's more than his child. This is his heart with Avini. This company will never go away. He will do everything in his power to make sure that the company's ran well, focused, direct, that people will have this company to count on, as well as the products always available. We have several months worth of products sitting on shelves, and we value this as a life-sustaining product. And so that's a very important answer, is this company is going to be around. Its purpose is to be around for decades and decades. So that way we can get the products to everybody, because it's going to take a long time. And that's why we need distributors. That's the other part. We go through a distributor model because we need the people that you know, and we need the people they know, and we need the people they know. And we need to do it face-to-face, word of mouth. And so that's another important thing. A doctor or a healthcare professional is perfectly poised to be that in-between person to communicate the value of these products to their patients and to be compensated long-term through a duplication method. That way they get paid on more than their own efforts. They get paid on the efforts of many people. J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Unfortunately, doctors, even if they have medical clinics, they still are kind of an hourly employee. And so when they leave their practice, they're not paid anymore on that. They sell off what they have. With this, they can be paid for a long period of time over, I don't want to say it, that do the work once, get paid for a lifetime. Anyways, next question. Anybody have a question?
Nicholas Kellogg asked, does the professional zone staff make the determination of either customer or distributor for their clients?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I would say that the customer should probably make that determination. Hey, if I'm going to have somebody try one bottle, I really think they should be a retail customer until they've tried that bottle. If they say, hey, I really am toxic and the professional agrees you're really toxic, maybe you're probably going to need 7 of these bottles. The best deal is our pack where you sign up. There's no obligations. There's no auto ships. None of that you have to do. Everything is optional with this. So they may decide, the customer may decide, hey, for $300, I can get 2 more bottles of Cell Defender. That's a much better decision. And then they are part of the program. If they make the decision to get involved to try the products, they're going to be more interested in going in and reading testimonials. The line item, I'm not sure of the line item.
I got those. The video is on line 68, or wait a minute, that might be 84. The video is on line 89, sorry, and the PDF is on line 304.
Okay, excellent. And also the other statement, who makes the decision where you place people? The document sort of breaks it down, says don't put your staff in as distributors. Don't put your family in as distributors. And the reason why is if you're building a professional business, which is the whole point here, staff, you may have to fire a staff member. And then if they're front line to you, then you're going to have to deal with them the rest of your life. The next thing is, if you have a staff member and they're also placing the people, they're going to place all the hot shots under themselves if they're smart and not for your benefit. So it's best if the staff has been given information to place them 1, 2, 3, 4 across, all the way across, then start the next line going back the other way. It's really up to you how you want to do it. Some advice from an upline would be beneficial to sort of fill in the blanks on that. That there's still some, this is really meant to be just the beginning stage to get somebody involved and have them understand the benefits of this. Many other companies out there that are network marketing companies would not work with this model, because you can't ask somebody, hey, I want you to try this product, but you're going to have to be on an auto ship, or you're going to have to do this, or you're going to have to do that. No forced purchase of anything ever again is really the key. I mean, even Costco membership, you still have to buy a membership a year from now. You still have to pay yearly. With us, it's a lifetime membership. You just go in one time, you try the product. If you don't like it, you can get your money back. Okay, where do you get the professional package? As she said, at Avini Health Training, that's Rich Cotter's site. A wonderful shout out for Rich Cotter putting that together and maintaining it. Absolutely love him. You can get this, you can print it out. Again, double-sided is the best way to do this. That's how it was sort of written, to be double-sided. And by the way, that patient, when the patient leaves, he takes 1 or 2 of the information sheets. He takes the thing telling him how much to use. All of this information can be handed to them if they have questions on where to look for more information, Avini Health Training, or those things could be written. You also have an app. The distributor would have an app so they can send videos. Hey, I want to send you a video of somebody who has similar experiences, and you can see what their unique experience was. So you can also do that.
Somebody said not a question, or not somebody, Hannah Springer.
Yeah.
Said not a question yet, a thought. What happens if the healthcare professional has to take a leave of absence due to any reason? With an Avini business set up in their office, they have a leveraged income coming in to help during the time they cannot practice.
Yep, absolutely. There's all upside to this and there's no downside. And the other question that a doctor asked me says, well, who says this is going to still be around in 5 or 10 years? And I said, meaning the heavy metals and detoxing. I said, have you watched the news? The amount of toxins that are in our food right now, these large corporations that are buying up these food companies, are we not going to see more and more toxins into our food? Who here has heard about the fake meat being grown and put right into the food? It's crazy what's happening. Detoxing is going to be front and center. We will be at the tip of the spear of the detoxing craze over the next 10 to 15 years with Cell Defender. We have the biochemist. We have the category creator of the ability to detox stuff that's already in your body. This will be massive. And so over time, if you have a year or 2 or 3 of time to put people through this process, you'll be handsomely rewarded.
Anonymous says, so the bottle the chiro gives to the patient is replenished to the chiro from patient signing up, and it goes to doctor's office. I thought one signed up with his or her email and an address, so it should go to the patient's home. I think you said just like the first bottle would be handed to them and then they get signed up at the office for them to be able to go on the site later, right?
Correct. So when somebody signs up as a wholesale buyer / distributor, it must be shipped to their home. So that kit will go to their home. However, if they're just buying as a retail customer, they could buy the bottle right there. The office staff would go in, put in their information as they would any other product, get their information in, and then place the order, but send it back to the office if they're going to hand them the bottle. Then anybody that does a subsequent order, if the patient goes in and wants to order something for his wife, he would just change the shipping address back to his home and would ship from there continuously. So the doctor's really just getting the process started.
Okay. And then Richard Lyle says, this idea of focusing on the value of Avini Health to professionals is great. It can do a whole lot to help get our products into the hands of people. However, one consideration that has come to me is that this company, including the distributors, are in business for profit. There would be concerns to consider regarding professionals who work in a nonprofit organization. Any thoughts?
Yeah, even nonprofit means they still take in money. So a nonprofit still has to pay all the bills. The difference is anything extra is used back into the business. And so nonprofit is still for profit. They still take in money. So this would be no different. They would just simply handle the finances at the end to use up any money left over that would be considered profit.
I am so sorry for butchering your name, Richard. That was not my intent.
That's Richard Isle.
Sorry.
How do I recommend explaining to a client when they sign up for a wholesale account, they don't have to sign up as a distributor if they don't want to? They will get a new distributor packet. Yeah, that we believe that this is an open tent for everybody. We want everybody available to come in. So if you come in as a retail customer, you're going to pay retail. And there, of course, the only reason to pay retail is you really, really, really don't want to be attached to any other company. That's perfectly fine. Buy retail, great. If you believe in the 11th commandment, which is thou shalt not pay retail, then you would want something that you could sign up in, but you're not forced to do anything. In fact, you could turn off your emails if you wanted, not receive any information from the company. We allow that. So you can become a wholesale buyer. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm not going to participate in the network marketing. The only difference is you get a position in the group. All of your volume is going to go. And so when you buy something for $100, you're going to have $100 worth of volume that goes to other people, and they get to make money off of it. You're choosing not to. Perfectly okay. The timing may not be right for you. But let's say in 6 months or a year from now, you might look at your wholesale buyer distributorship and realize, oh my gosh, if I simply bought some product for myself and I got a customer and I got an active distributor, I could make enough money to make all my money back that I've spent, or I could make some money to compensate for my monthly amount, maybe you might rethink the distributor model. But the key is there's nothing forced upon you. You can choose to ignore that as long as you want, or you can take advantage of it. And we want that open to people. Some people are actually paying for their house and their car with the money they make here. So that's great for them, but you don't have to. There's no financial obligation to you going forward. So, but you get to make that decision even over time. Lots of people who are not interested at all now look at the money passing by them and say, I would like to participate in that. So that's something special about our company too, that most companies do not have.
For retail sales at the doctor's office, who will handle the 30-day refund?
So the person themselves. So the customer, if they're not happy at the end, they can contact support and then say, I tried this product, whatever. And then because they're in the back office, they're signed up as a retail customer. So this is the other part. If a doctor's office decides they want to retail the product, but they just want to buy a whole bunch of product and then just sell it outright. So they buy 10 bottles of Cell Defender and then they're retailing it to somebody. There is no money back guarantee on that. They basically are selling it directly via cash. They're not buying directly from the company. There's no 30-day money back. So the only way to get the 30-day money back is make them an official customer, which is great, which benefits the comp plan if that's what they're participating in. It also has the company having direct access to that customer. So if they do that, they get the money back guarantee.
They initially given information that they can purchase wholesale as an option.
Yeah, they can be. Really, it's going to come down, if they're going to buy one bottle to try it, why would you mention the wholesale? Really, it's just one bottle if this is what you're going to. If you're trying to upsell them, you're probably going to end up scaring away most people. The idea is that you just want to get them the bottle so they can get well. If that's your main focus, they could say, well, if I like it, can I get more? Am I going to have to pay retail? Well, there's a wholesale option too, no obligations. So yes, the whole point is to do the best thing for the customer. Whatever benefits them, help them do that. And then the question is, so the professional needs to buy an activation pack to get started. Yes, if they want, if I was a professional and somebody came in and pitched this idea to me and I thought, well, I was pretty negative against network marketing before this, but I can see the benefits of this. It would allow me to connect to my patients long term if they never come back to get their chiropractic work done. I still have a connection to them. I can still call them and say, hey, have you heard about the new cardio product? This could really be beneficial to you. They're not obligated in any cost. Or if they come to my chiropractic visit, they're going to have to pay $50. So the idea is I have connection to them to help them, that they're not obligated to pay anything. They can choose, hey, I'd like to try this product. I'll go ahead and order it myself, or you can talk them through the order on the phone. Those are all beneficial things. But the first thing I would do is I have influence over all these patients and customers. I also have influence over other doctors, other professionals. So what I would do is I'd say, I'd get a hold of some of my friends, go out to dinner or whatever and say, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to join this company, or maybe I've already joined the company. I've become a distributor, buy whatever pack I want to get. You can choose any level of pack. Now I'm a distributor of this. I'm going to build. I have, 150 people come through a month, and I'm going to present these products or one of these products to every person coming through. This is built on a cooperative system. Which one of you want to be my front three people? Well, what would it take? You just have to buy a kit. Any monthly, do I have to pay monthly for the next 10 years? Nope, you don't have to. Just get involved, and then you can decide once you've tried the products how much you want to do. And I would do 3, and then the next 9. I would fill up the first few rows with other professionals that I have influence over. And I would say, these products are life-saving. These products are incredible. The business opportunity is going to be huge over time because I see we're in a detox environment here where everybody is understanding they need to detox, and most don't understand the detox process. I would get those 9 to 12 professionals to run with me. We're going to build a massive operation where we can get lots and lots of people the help they need. Detox, and that's how I would do it. And then I would start placing people evenly underneath there, placing people. That group would grow incredibly fast if everybody was doing just a little. So that's how I would do it. And then over time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, think about where it'll be once it's gone through the momentum stage. You could literally let go of your practice at that point and just be full-time in Avini if you chose. That's the cool thing about this. That's why if I was a professional in the healthcare industry, I would have an Avini business set right over top of my practice. Any other questions?
We have no more questions in the queue.
Awesome. Well, we should probably wrap it up. 41 minutes. Again, thanks everybody for coming on the call. Go to Avini Health Training to get the professional packet, to watch the videos, send the video out to people. The most they can do is say no. The purpose here is to get the word out. We need influence. Professionals have the most influence out there, way more than networkers. And the fact you don't have to network in this is a huge selling point. Great for the networkers. This company was built around the non-networkers, those that will take the product and that have influence with at least 30 people. That's what this company was built around. So thank you so much for coming on to the call, and have a great Saturday.
Thank you for joining the Magnetic Leadership Podcast with Dave Johnson. Take charge of your health and detoxify today with Avini Premium products.